In my last video, I was talking about how I think we're going to get smited or whatever, if we don't start behaving better and getting along better. And then I thought about it. I'm like, Joy, how a whole country gonna get along when we don't even get along with our neighbors? I'm serious. The next door neighbors. And look, I'm not gonna pretend that all neighbors, even most neighbors, are fantastic. Some of them are probably, but generally they're noisy. Uh, they play their music loudly and they say it's not quiet hours. You can't do anything because it's not quiet hours. Or they mow their lawn Saturday morning. That's the only day you can sleep in because Sunday you go to church. 5 days a week you work and you just don't get to sleep in ever. Okay? Or their dog barks and they just don't care. This is security. It's social. No, but I'm saying, or they dirty. They don't do their garbage and recycling correctly. Or they have a whole backyard full of trash, garbage, whatever, sofas, and the little critters who like their backyard sometimes wander into yours. Neighbors typically suck, okay? So how are we gonna just love each other to help us not get smite? That's my question. How are we gonna love each other? And then I thought about it. I'm like, do we really have to? Do we have to love thy neighbor in order not to get smited? I'm like, no, we don't. And let me prove it to you. Okay, I'm a teacher. And let me tell you something. You get one little nasty, dirty, throwing up, snotty child sent to school now. See, they beautiful unless they snotty and throwing up. But parents send them to school because they don't have days. They can leave if we calling them. But they can't just take off. So they send this child to school puking all over the place. And look, that child is upstairs in the classroom way down the hall. But guess what? By the end of the day, at least 2 kids in every classroom is puking all over the place. 6 kids in the cafeteria. 2 teachers had to go home. I'm saying, it's the negative stuff is very contagious. So look, why not the positive? And let me show you how easily it is for you to only love the people you love. You don't have to like your raggedy ass neighbors, okay? You can just love who you love loudly. And I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about loving out loud, okay? And I'll put a link for my Doing Love series. But basically, I go to work. I look at my friend and I'm like, you look nice today, girl. You glowing. You look amazing. And that makes her feel good. And then she holds the door for someone whose hands were full. And they like, thank you. And then they hold the elevator for someone whose hands were full. And they like, thank you. And then they go to the store to get some coffee. And they're like, you know what? I feel good. I'm going to leave a tip. And the barista's like, woo, thank you. I think I'll be nice more often. And the barista's nicer to people. And a couple of them catch the happy fever. And they go to the store and they don't race, race to the aisle. They say, go ahead, you can get in front of me. Or you have a cart full of stuff, you're in front, the person behind you got one water. And you're like, you know what, go ahead. All these little tiny acts are not tiny acts. They are game changers when enough people do them and they're put together. They're game changers. That is how we start a positive movement in this country to shift the narrative from all this anger and stuff to one of love and stuff. We just have to like the people we like and do it loudly, okay? And that's enough, guys, because it'll cause a ripple effect and go around the world. Hey, okay, that's it. That's what's up. So look, be nice to somebody today, all right? Peace.